Nice. Good to hear. Good to hear. I'm gonna turn on my screen share on Discord. Let me know when you can see everything.
All right.
Let's see. Is 60 frames per second preferable or 1080p?
I don't have a preference really.
Okay. Perfect.
What I'm looking at right now looks.
It looks what?
I said what I'm looking at right now looks good.
Okay. Good. Good. Good.
Little blurry, but not super bad.
Awesome. All right. Let us take a look at what's going on here, shall we? Tell me. Explain to me what I'm seeing. So you said you're. You're playing like jungle now, but you wanted to play AD.
So I'm a support jungle main.
Uh-huh.
I'm a mastery 7 on Leona. It's the only champ I actually have mastery 7 on. And I played Leona a lot. In fact, when I in my prime on Leona, I was running at a 60% win rate.
Nice.
And then I stopped playing her as much. Before Leona on a different account, I was a Warwick main. Playing in the jungle. So I'm a support jungle main. And then I decided to get into ADC because it looked fun.
Okay.
It looked really fun, and it's something I did like. I felt like it would challenge me a little bit more and get my gameplay to a higher level. That way, when I played support and jungle, like I would know more about what the laners were expecting from me. When I played support, I would know what the ADC would expect from me. Overall, it would just kind of increase my knowledge of laning. And to be honest, though, like as I played ADC, I just it was garbage, so bad. I went through 3 games in a row where I went like 1 kill, 2 kills. It was a bad time.
I see.
So I went back to jungling.
Okay. Well, let's take a look then, shall we?
Yep.
So in terms of like general league gameplay, what do you think you need to work on?
What do you mean? Like what do you
What do you think you want to improve on, if anything? Also, I think I'll have to answer the doorbell in like a few seconds, just so you know.
say again?
You're good. No, what do you think you want to What do you think you want to work on?
As far as jungling goes, I definitely want to work on my ability to impact the lanes a lot. I find myself roaming the jungle a lot more than I am impacting the lanes. I try to get ganks, but in a lot of situations, I'm finding like I look at the map and I'm like, none of these are gankable, so I continue farming because like one lane has somebody shoved, the other lane is stupid low, while their laner is, their opponent is still high health. Another lane is like as soon as I come into gank, they start backing. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna gank that, and then they ping the shit out of me, and they're like, defend my tower while I'm gone, and I'm like, okay, sure,
Okay.
I guess.
I'm sure we'll see plenty of those scenarios coming out. So just doing blue, doing Grom, we're just jungling. All right, let's fast forward a little bit. Just killing all these monsters. Good stuff. They can't fight back, so we're good to go. All right, let's see some like decision making / PvP. Okay, here we go. Here's the first thing. Okay, one sec.
So right here, I feel I smell something's gonna go down. I think it does.
Okay, so we see Volibear. So what are you trying to do now?
Right here, I'm trying to pressure a little bit so that I don't have, because Warwick early beats out Volibear. Like I can 1v1 the so I'm hoping to kind of to ward him away to give my Tryndamere a a little bit of ability to stay in lane and CS a little bit more under tower. So I guess something doesn't kick off here, and I kind of roam away.
Right.
So
So, well, if let's say you told me you wanted to have more involvement with the lanes, right? How do we impact the lanes more, right? So how do you know if you can gank a lane or not? Like, say for example, how do we know if we can gank Z or not here?
So right now, like I would actually be able, like I've realized lately, generally I try to I used to stay away from ganking Zed because he's a very mobile. I'm gonna just like shadow away from you and make it and then punish you for trying to gank me. A lot like Vygar does. Vygar's very anti melee gank, right? So when I try to gank Zed these days, I try to gank him when he's pushed up. And even though I get his shadow, at least I put that on cooldown. Give my laner a little bit of pressure. Nocturne was doing really well, so I don't remember if I actually hit this or not, or if I tried to gank this or not.
So, okay, let me. So how do you know if Zed is low or not?
Say again?
Let's say you want to gank Zed. How do you know if he has shadow?
I don't right off the top of my head. Like other than
Right.
like
What's
watching the lanes and the trades going on the health bars above my mini map. Like Nocturne's full, so Zed probably hasn't tried to shadow at him or anything.
Well, what about Zed's health?
I haven't looked at him, so I wouldn't know.
Right. Do you think that's a problem?
Yeah, I'm definitely not effing F1 through 4ing the lanes as much as I should be. In fact, some matches I don't do it at all. I just look at the lanes as I approach.
Right, but as we're doing this camp, do you think you could be doing anything productive here? Like how hard is it to kill these raptors here?
It's not, but what I find especially in this elo is like if I'm not watching myself, I will have the enemy jungler come and like right up my ass all the time, especially on raptors. You're doing raptors and here comes the enemy jungler Mach 10. Um, so I tend
Well,
to watch my own champ, and that's
can't
a bad habit,
you
I know.
can't you look at your map as you're watching your champion, right?
Yeah.
Like, can't you look at your map while you're looking at a different lane so you see if the enemy jungle's on you?
I can, yeah.
Do you see any kind of habits we can? Do you think that'd be useful? Like, you see what I'm trying to get at, right?
Mhm.
What am I trying to get at here?
So just like the map awareness, right?
Right,
Ability to check everybody and still watch myself. Like I know that higher elo, like they're constantly like in between every action, they're like, look at the map, look at the map, look at the map, look at the map, right? And it's something that I need to improve on and
right,
continue to watch things. Like right here, I see Zed's low. He's coming back into CS, so like I come in to try to if not get the kill, then pressure the lane a little bit.
Yeah, what do you yeah, let's talk about this section here real quick. Well, let's go back to this example because I think it's gonna be a common trend in your gameplay. So, when can we look at the lane states of our laners here? So after you right click on the camp, or like how often do you have to keep track of this?
So I can literally just like AFK hit the bird,
Yeah.
and just F1 through 3 the lanes.
Right. You can use F keys. You can just click on the map, or whatever. But you do want to kind of see the situation of the lane, right? Otherwise, how can you really make a decision, right?
Mhm.
So that's like a habit you could insert here. Is while you're doing a camp, check your two closest lanes to you, or if you're even better than that, you can check the third lane, the furthest one away from you, to see if that impacts your decision making, right? Um, and let's take a look at this part here. What do you think is going on here?
So like I don't think he sees like he's got the blood trail above him, right? I don't think he's being super respectful. He comes out from under tower. allows me to really chunk him down. My laner isn't in lane here though. Unfortunately, I think it would have been with Nocturne. I don't know. This is pre-level 6. Definitely not a guaranteed kill. But with Nocturne's ability to, get that movement speed up with his Dark Shadow onto his opponent, we might have been able to secure a kill.
So do you think this is do you think you could have done anything better here?
No, my laner's like he roamed bot lane. I think this was a solid call for me to make to, at least try to get the kill here. And you see him shadow away. So I think this was
Well,
a solid trade off for me to move to bot lane to should have just chunk him down and move on.
well, there's nothing better you could be doing with your time. Like, what did you accomplish here?
I accomplished sending him back. Hopefully, like he goes low on health and I make him back,
Was he not
which
going home
allows.
anyways?
No, he wasn't. He was, he went back into CS some more. He was, my mid laner's going bot, so he decided to try CS a little bit more. So I don't think he was going to back it.
So this is you're saying this is worth your time, right?
Yeah, at least because I'm rotating bot anyway. So, and I get to come in and get some free minion CS here and pressure the lane a bit, shove the lane in, and make Zed back. So at least the minions, hammer on the tower a little bit, even if it is just 3 caster minions.
Well, is there anything that okay, let's back it up a little bit. So we wanted to push it in so that your minions would start hitting his tower, right? Was that the idea?
Yeah, that and make him back. Yeah, because here
Right.
kind of Nocturne's rotating back up to mid again, so he can hammer on the tower a bit for a free plate.
Okay, and what actually ended up happening?
Pretty much that. Like I forced him to back. Nocturne comes into mid here. I'm not sure if he gets the plate here or not. I
Well,
just
I
move
don't
on to my
see I don't see any minions hitting the tower though, right?
no.
So what happened with our idea?
I'm not sure. I just moved on after this to my next camp.
Yeah, well, like in VOD review, right? Did this idea work? Like you said, you wanted to push the minions into the tower so you could do some tower damage, right? So what happened?
I didn't stay to hit the tower. I probably could have taken a plate myself, like gotten some extra gold.
Literally, what physically happened here? Where are the minions?
I'm not sure where you're going at. Like that's physically what happened was I forced Zed to back and then shoved the lane a bit and
The minions aren't on your tower though, right?
then,
I think I'm getting a little confused here. So the idea is we're gonna shove it into tower, right?
yeah,
Did it get into tower?
no.
So that's all I was asking, right? It's like, oh, the idea which you tried to do, we didn't quite make it, right? Is there like, am I? What do you think?
I mean, with Nocturne coming back in the lane, I just figured he'd shove it under tower and take his plate. My idea was just to move on, grab the next camp, and then move on to bot and see if I could pressure.
So do you think there was anything wrong with pushing this wave then?
I Not that I know of. No, I mean I could be wrong, but
Well,
I don't
what
know.
are the like pros and cons of pushing this wave? What do you think?
The cons is like Nocturne comes in, gets a free plate,
Well, that's not a
and
con
Zed's
though.
back. Oh no, that's not a con. I'm sorry, it's a pro. So I mean, I don't really see a con in this situation.
So it's always good, no matter what. When you push this, it's always good.
Is that a question or like
Yeah, no. Is that what you think?
not always? But I thought, yeah, I was thinking in this situation it was, in this situation it was good to shove it because Zed is back.
So what if like What if I told you the minions were pushing towards Nocturne here?
If you told me what?
The minions are pushing towards Nocturne here, like going in this direction. Does
So
it make a
better idea to
difference?
leave the wave and let Nocturne get CS?
Right, right. Like, you know, why could that be better? It's not that it is better. Is it possible that that could be better? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean it builds up a bigger wave for Nocturne to get CS and a bigger CS lead over Zen, and
Mm-hmm.
denies him the minions that are the friendly minions already in the wave.
And what happens when Zed comes back and Nocturne's ahead in XP?
Nocturne may or may not get a kill, right?
Well, it would be beneficial for him, right? So it's just very much like what is the idea you're trying to do, and did it work? Is kind of what we're trying to get at here. It's not that this is better or this is better. It's you told me you wanted to push into tower, but we didn't push into tower, right? So there's like a disconnect between what you're trying to do and what you actually did, right? Do you see what I mean? Because he might be trying to push by himself, but if let's say for example in a different situation, this happens frequently, right? Where if you leave your laner who's low on resources and then they get ganked by the enemy jungler, that would partially be on you, right? Or let's say for example we took XP from him when he needed it for level 6 or something like that, right? That's just things to consider when we're making a decision. So it's kind of like you're not wrong in that we push into lane, we get the XP and farm, everything is good, right? You push into a tower, do some tower damage, but if what you wanted to do literally didn't match up with what actually happened, then there might be something you want to look at there, right? Like you literally wanted to get into tower, but it didn't get into tower, right? You see what I'm saying, right? Is you want to kind of follow through with what you were trying to do. Otherwise, it kind of doesn't quite make sense. So, we can also talk about the kind of gank that happened, right? So when we ganked Zed and we wanted to force him away from the lane, right, to make him go home, do you think we could have saved our flash for it?
Oh, I totally forgot that I flashed for that. Yeah, I definitely could have saved flash there. I don't think it was necessary.
Right. So our goal, what was your goal when you were trying to do this Zed gank? So we're at like 7 minutes right now, right? Let's just watch this example real quick, because I think it's important to look at what you're trying to do and then what you actually did, right? So you said your goal was to push him away from lane, right? Was that what you're trying to do? What were you trying to do here?
So ultimately, I wanted this kill. Like,
Right, you wanted to kill
I
him, right?
thought, the kill was free. I thought it was there for the taking. He was pretty low.
Uh-huh.
I figured if I used the flash to get in range of my fears. So early on, Warwick has this mobility issue. Um, he's stupid slow, and it's something I've had to overcome
Right?
several times. So Zed's there. I know he's got Shadow up. So what I wanted to do was kind of flash in and fear to keep him from shadowing, and then
Mm-hmm.
Q him, and hopefully after the Q get an auto or two in, and maybe cinch the kill here. If
Right?
not, at least get him to shadow out and back.
Right?
And he shadows out and then he backs. Like,
Right?
for
So
me, I got both. I got either or on the condition. I got him to back, which was one of the conditions, and
right?
so for me that was.
If you think about it, right? Let's say you play this gank 100 times, right? So the first time we tried this and he just shadows away. So the second time you do this, are you going to do the exact same thing?
Not without the flash, maybe.
Without the flash, right? How do we know without the flash?
I really don't. Without the
Well,
flash, he sees me coming in and then shadows away without any damage.
right. So he's going to shadow away no matter what, right? So what does that tell you in terms of if you try and kill him, what's going to happen?
It's not going to be successful.
Right. No matter what happens, it won't be successful, right? Or if you flash for it, it's not going to be successful, right? So how do we know this before you come gank in a different situation? So you said he's gonna try and shadow away. If he shadows away, I can't get him. So we need to try and stop him from shadowing away, right?
Mhm.
So what happens if you can't stop him from shadowing away?
Then I move on. Let the minion wave build and move on and let Nocturne deal with it.
Well, no. What I mean
Or
by that
have
is like with your flash gank here, right? Like what happens? Should you commit your flash if you can't stop him from flashing from shadowing away? What do you think?
no,
Right.
no,
So that's
I
kind of
shouldn't.
how we can figure things out is, what you're trying to do here is, okay, let's say we want to kill him. He's going to try and W away. Will your fear stop him from Wing away in time? If the answer is no, then don't flash, right? If the answer is yes, then totally flash, right? You see how that works? Where you kind of have like a goal in terms of what you're trying to do here, and then does this actually work or not, and then proceed with it, right?
Mhm.
Maybe we're like fixating on this kind of gank a little bit too much. Let's move on here, because it's not that you're wrong. Like forcing if the base is really good, right? Now we can control the lane. Mid lane's going well, right? Okay, sure we used flash, but it's still a pretty good result, right? So maybe it's not really a main thing to worry about. So okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so some kind of 2v2 going on, right? Oh, this is you can't get that guy, right? Okay, we just kill Zed. Very nice. Nice counter gank. Good. Sure, you can help him push. Oh, what the hell? Interesting stuff is going on, but you kill this guy. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Nocturne was doing there under tower at that low, versus, but meh. Trin has a really hard time this round. I'm not entirely sure what was going on here. I've always known Trin to be an extremely solid trader, but he is just having this whole game, this whole match. He was just having a really hard time against this Mordekaiser.
Well, why is Trent a solid trader?
Um, like most of what I see is like walk up, whack you, spin away. Right, that's generally his trading pattern.
Well, what's Mordekaiser gonna do if Trinamir does that?
I mean, he can spin away, and I guess Mordekaiser could use his like, I don't know which ability it is because I've never played him, but his like pull. Luckily Chen survives his ult, so I was able to gank more.
Okay, Mordekaiser's back, and Trinamir's out for blood. Sure. You guys are dying here.
Yeah,
if you're not
this
careful.
was questionable.
Yeah, what do you think's going on here?
At this point, I'm just trying to run. Like I overstayed, 100%. I overstayed.
So how is it?
And
How do you know it's an overstay? Yeah, how do we know it's an overstay?
my ability. Well, so none of my abilities are on cooldown. Except my flash. My flash is on cooldown, so this was probably a bad idea, especially with Mordekaiser with his pull and with him at full health, and probably with a new item, a
So
little bit of a spike.
you're saying you can win this if you had flash?
No, I could have gotten out of that if I had flash.
But do you want to use your flash to get out, or do you want to
No,
not be here in the first
not
place?
specifically. I don't want to be here in the first place.
Ah, yeah, okay. So we don't want to be here in the first place, right?
I
So
underestimated. I completely duped the fact that he had a TP, and thought shoving the wave into tower was with trend was going to be good.
well, I mean, you guys shoved it. Is this not good?
No, it's not. It's not at all. One,
Why not?
we didn't take a plate that I saw. I don't think we took a plate.
Well, didn't you get his TP?
We got his TP, but it wasn't worth it. Like he blew the summoner spell and got a kill.
So if you walk away here, this is bad. That's what I'm trying to get at, right? Because let's say he TPs and you guys get away. This is good, right?
Yeah.
So
But
Okay, but what?
But we didn't get away, right?
Well,
And so
yeah, exactly.
that
So
may not.
why didn't you get away? Is my question. Watch this, and tell me why didn't you get away here?
I went back in on him.
Right. So we went back in on him, right? So it's not the problem. The problem wasn't really we're pushing into tower, right? Because we can still leave, right? At what point could we not leave? Is the question, right? And the point at which you couldn't leave was when.
Was when I came back in on him.
Yeah, you're just like trying to fight him, right? So what does that tell you in terms of how could we make this better? Are there any kind of habits you can put in here as a jungler in these general cases? How many times have you killed top and they TP'd back top?
I mean, almost every time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the best.
Well, yeah, actually every time, right?
So I mean, I guess the best choice in this one would have been to like get the Mordekaiser kill, shove, try to grab a play. If he TP's in, we fuck off, and I go back to farming, and Trent goes back to CSing, right?
Perfect,
and
right?
we leave that lane.
It's actually ideal, right there. Is what you just said. So how do we deviate from that? We tried to fight, right? For some reason, right? How do we kill him the first time? Do you remember?
We killed him the first time. He had his abilities were on cooldown, especially his ult. His ult was down. Trend had survived the ult. He was low on health or lower. And I was able to 1v1 him because I was full health away from.
I think you're missing
He obviously he also item spiked. Like he got himself a health item here.
I think you're also missing an important idea. He doesn't have any health items, by the way. He just bought tabbies, but
which is still good against me for real.
Yeah. But do you remember how you killed him the first time? Like what important ability did you have that killed him the first time?
I ulted him.
Okay, so you ultied him, right? That's how War kills people for the most part, right? The fear and the ulti, right? So, if you don't have a way to kill this guy, then how can we kill him? But anyways, so after he TPs, after they TP back, your new habit is what?
Leave.
Yeah, go do your camps, right? Because you have your whole jungle is alive here, right? So maybe farming would be more productive than what we're trying to do here, right? Okay, so the baseline is always, if you had done nothing, that would have been better, right? So we're at that point here is, if we had AFK'd and not given Mordekaiser a kill, that would be better. So how do we make sure this doesn't happen in the future, right? Is, the pattern is we kill them, they're TPing, we probably shouldn't fight, right? That's kind of the idea we're getting at. Hey, Nocturne killed mid. Good stuff. So here, we're going to Dragon. Interesting. Where are we pathing towards Dragon?
So Mord just killed. I was hoping. I was like looking at him like he's lower on health, but like I pathed toward it and I placed down a ward and moved away. And for some reason I'm pinging for help. I don't remember what my thought was here, but I was like,
why would you guys try Dragon here?
Bot shoved, right? So bot has complete lane priority right now.
Sure.
So I told that I was like, we can do drag right here, because also I always drag the dragon out of the pit, right? I never, at least if I can help it, sometimes bot and mid just kind of keep hammering on him while he's in the pit, and I can't get them to drag him out. But if I can help it, I try to drag the dragon out of the pit, which helps me secure it. And like bot can completely, we can, with a 3-man, we can secure this pretty fast.
So there's no way they can stop you. Absolutely no way.
Well, I have no vision on Volley. I don't know where he's at. Zed's back in lane, but bot lane's not there, so chance of collapse on them is pretty.
Well, if their whole team starts coming right now, is there a problem?
Yeah, then we get a 3v, like 3v3, 3v4 at Dragon. It's not ideal.
It's pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to do this Dragon, what do you need? What do you need in order for this Dragon to work?
I need Nocturne.
Well, you have to do this by yourself, right? Essentially, don't you need to how can we do this by ourselves? How do we increase the chances of this working by ourselves?
Ward over Dragon Pit at the back.
Okay, that's a good one, right? So maybe you can see a Volibear is trying to blast cone over. Anything else?
Um, I could probably like went into the back and cleared the blast cone.
Okay, that's another thing, but you might be in the danger of running into Volibear.
Right. Um, I honestly don't know. Like I figured this was the opportune time since like bots got complete priority, but for some reason Timo backed and just said fuck it.
For
Um,
some reason, Timo back. What do you think? Why did Timo back?
he's low on health right now. I
And low
totally
on mana, right?
botched
So
that.
what
Yeah,
happens if he comes to try and help and he gets one shot by Kai'Sa or Zed?
true.
That's not really good, right?
No.
So is there anything we could do to help this setup here?
I mean, just ward it and move on.
What kind of ward?
Control ward.
Right,
Probably should have purchased a control ward.
right. We could buy a pink and put it in the pit. So if you want to sneak it, right? Oops. If you want to sneak it, then maybe we should buy a pink and then put a ward down on the dragon, right? Because sometimes you can get away with doing this, right? This game we got away with it for sure, but this is actually a common pattern you'll see. Is have you tried doing the dragon before and then everyone dies?
Yeah, oh yeah, all the time.
I mean, that's exactly how it starts, right? Is you're kind of doing it without a good reason to do so. So all they have to do is just show up, and then you guys all die, right? So, you kind of want to increase the chances of you doing the dragon, right? Like when do we do dragon? When it's like free, right? What's like a good example of it being super free? This is a really good gank, by the way. They're just trying to hit the tower and you just kill them all. Huh.
Thank you.
What's like a good example of it being free? Like this is a good example of doing an objective for free. Why is that?
So right here would have been a perfect time to help Nocturne shove and take free plates, 100%. Volley's
Well,
down, Zed's down.
what else can you do here?
Right here would have been a good time for Dragon.
Yeah, perfect, right? Because why they can't stop you anymore, right? If they all show up, they still lose. Is the idea. So for jungle, this is really important because you're the one starting objectives, right? You're the one calling for this stuff. So that might be something to look at. Is when do we do this? And it's definitely after you kill people is the easiest way to do it, right? After you kill people, but if you feel like you need to sneak it or something, and your lane has lane priority, maybe you need to make sure that they can help if something goes wrong, and also maybe we have a pink ward so the enemy team doesn't know we're on it, right? Those are just some considerations. So, okay, we're trying to kill this guy. Can we do it without ulti? Probably. Oh, that was an interesting flash. I think we're just dying here, no? What do you think?
I think I did. Pretty sure I did here.
But oh,
I mean,
hey, we made it.
oh, holy shit! I killed him. I totally forgot. I didn't remember if I won this or not. Like my win condition for this was to tank the shit out of that ult no matter what. I was like, I have to survive. At least long enough to come out and have Tryndamere, lay the smackdown on that guy.
Okay. And let's see what's going on here. Oh, this is some fat gank, right? Easy clap ulti. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I missed the Kai'Sa, but we got both of them.
What do you think?
And this was not clean at all, is what I think.
Mm-hmm.
I completely whiffed the Kai'Sa,
Right?
but alternatively, I managed to get Galio low enough for the Lux ult. So the trade-off, I think it's a good trade-off. It was unintended, but it's good. I'm okay with it.
Do we want to do unintended things though?
No, not at all. But sometimes you miss your ult, and here it wasn't an intentional miss, and it's not something that. I mean, I can definitely practice on aiming my skill shots a lot better. Probably could have led Kai'Sa. I stopped leading people. My experience in trying to lead Warwick ults tends to just whiff because they predict. A lot of people seem to predict the Warwick ult. And so you just whiff it if you try to lead the target. So I aimed it at her, and I ended up hitting Galio. And
Well, is there a slower way we can do this? What do you think?
no,
Do we have to
yeah,
ulti now?
yes, yeah. No, not specifically. No. The ulti was the fastest way I was going to kill the target. It's under tower. We're gonna take tower shots. Nox already taking tower shots. The condition here is to keep Nocturne from dying. You know, to get us out from under tower as fast as possible while securing 2 kills. You see Nox just taking the hits.
I mean,
He's down.
he died anyways though, so
Died anyway. I could have just walked in the lane, feared, and you know.
right. So this is like the kind of main idea, the main theme I think I'm trying to get at today is, you know, you want to do this thing. I want you to work towards making that thing happen, and even if you know something it went wrong, but it still had a good outcome, that's like not really what you want, right? What you really want is the thing you wanted to do. You want to make that happen, right? Like say for example, here we're like, I want to hit this Kai'Sa with ulti, so we're gonna kill her ass. And then we hit Galio, and I was like, oh, it was good anyways. It's like, you still want to make sure that next time, how do we hit that Kai'Sa? Otherwise, you're just going to do the same thing. And maybe next time, if we accidentally hit their support, you know, it could be really bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's going to be some kind of focus on doing what you wanted to do in the first place. And not being like, oh, just because it was okay in the end means it was okay overall, right? Because you know,
for sure.
then there's no like, how can you repeat that, right? It's like, oh, I guess it's just lucky, right? That's why a lot of people say game's a coin flip, because they don't know the outcome, right? You always kind of want to keep as much control as possible over the game, right? And it's kind of how a good way to do it is make sure the thing you're doing, did you get it done, right? Or did your idea make sense in the first place? Which it does, right? I totally aim Kai'Sa. So then for next time, you're not like, oh, it's okay, I'm just gonna ulti again. It could be like, oh, maybe we could walk up closer. Maybe like you said, I could lead with the ulti, right? Maybe we could like line it up, but you want to kind of come up with something to help you accomplish your original goal, right? So I think that's like a good point to point out here, because you're like, oh, maybe we can save Nocturne, but like he died anyways, right? And you couldn't really save Nocturne, so that doesn't really make sense, right? You can't really help Nocturne not tank tower. He's just, you know, if he really wants to run it down, he's gonna run it down. Right? So there's not much you can do about that, right? But you know, in terms of you want to hit that Kai'Sa, you can totally make it happen, right?
Okay, so here trend is like starts panic.
These guys are just dead as hell, so you just kill them, right? Good.
I don't remember.
Nah, they have no HP, so you can't really lose this, right? So fast forward. Good job. That was really good. It seems like there's a common pattern here. They're just running it down in the lane and you just kill them. So you're having a really big impact in these games, right? Oh, this could be good. Oh, Trinimir went off the Rift Herald immediately. No, this is fine, right? You guys should win this. Like, how do we know you should win this? Like, why do you think that was bad? Well, I thought that was good.
Originally, it looked bad because it was 2 of us on Rift Herald with 2 of them coming in, and that never, for me, that never signals good things. Although we got 2 kills top, I have no idea. No, volley went down, volley's down, Mord's down.
How did I know?
I don't know where Zed is at
how did I know you guys already won before the fight started? Because I said you guys won. Right?
Nocturne and Lux are moving up, and it's a 2v4.
Perfect, right? And would you say Zed was missing, so he's coming too, right?
Somewhere. I'm not sure. I don't know where he's at this point, though.
So if Zed shows up, how many people are at this fight?
It's still a 4v3.
Yeah, so do you shit on them or what?
Not really. I've seen Zed
really
annihilate Lux. Galio's pretty fucking tanky.
If you play
got some serious.
If you play a 4v3 100 times, how many times do the 4 people win?
Not 100%.
Not 100%, you're right. But how many times?
I don't know.
You don't know. Like anywhere between 0 and 100.
A lot more than we lose, though.
How much a lot more? Like just like what your instincts? What are your instincts tell you?
I'd say about 70% of the time we
70% of the time. Only 70%? Man, that's crazy.
At this elo, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 85% at least.
Bronze,
right?
bro.
Well, okay, sure. In bronze, that's true, right? But is there anything you can do to influence this?
I mean, I've got my AOE fear that helps out.
Yeah, right.
It's on cooldown right now, but I mean, it's up in 6 seconds, which
Right,
is a
and
tankable
making
time.
sure you don't miss your ulti, right, will help increase the chances of winning this, right? So there's
Right.
always something we can do here, and we started with the deck stacked for us, right? The deck is in our favor in this case, so all you have to do is just not miss anything. So when you see this and everyone landed all their abilities, that's 100% win, right? There's nothing they could do, essentially. So you kind of want to leverage man advantage into doing these objectives. So like this would be a perfect example of, like you told me earlier, kill them mid, perfect time to do dragon, right? Kill them top, perfect time to do Rift Herald. Why? Because if they all show up, you kill them anyways, right? Because you have more people. But if you start dragon and they're all showing up, and we do not have man advantage, then there's a problem, right? I think that's where things can really go wrong fast. So, but so far, when you come up to show up in these lanes, you kill people, do something productive. So far, it's really good, right? Oh, in the same vein, is this is this a tragedy in the making? What do you think?
Yup.
How do we know beforehand?
They're all up, and we're like two. I think we're three people here, and it was a 3v5.
Well, is it
At
3v5?
worst.
How many
It's
people do
3v4
they have?
right
3v4, right?
but they have nobody down, and I don't have vision on their fifth person. Oh no,
Well,
Mort is top.
Mort is top.
We have
Mort is
vision
top.
on
Oh,
okay.
so what
it's
happens
still
in a 3v4? What happens in a 3v4? You said 70%, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
so like 3v. This is 3v4 against us, right? So this was
yeah.
a bad
So
fight.
I mean, you have a 30% chance to win this, right? Theoretically speaking. But if you watch this, do you really think you have a 70% chance to win this?
No, my ulti's down. A lot of like my fear was on cooldown. My flash is down. We don't
Right.
win
So
this.
so that's why I say it's like 80% chance to win for the 4 people at least, right? Is that it was actually impossible. I don't know how you're supposed to do it. You could have 3 challengers versus 4 bronze players here. They still die, right? The instant that Lux got ulted, those challenger players, there's nothing you can do, right? You just got to leave. So that's kind of man advantage is a very important, I think, idea to leverage, especially as the jungler, right? Because you're the one starting stuff. So, like for example, you can win the game off this. You started the Rift Herald, they try and fight you guys, you just turn around and kill them, right? But at the same time, you can also lose the game off something like this, where we're trying to take their mid tower, but they have more people. Right, you see how that works. So, what can you do instead? Yeah, and Rift Herald died to boot. Oh no, that's so sad, right? So it's kind of like a disaster happened. Like you created a lot of disasters for the enemy. Like you're making big plays, but also we're making big throws too. So how do we kind of make things consistent? What do you think? Let's say your team's trying to do something top, and 3v4 mid is bad. So you can't do dragon because if they stop you, it's really bad. What can you do?
Well, my pathing at this point should have been. So we took Herald. We came to mid to place to place the Herald. We see this isn't a prime opportunity. So I path back top. I see Teemo's top with Mordekaiser. He's pushing Teemo out right into lane. I should have pathed up, taken my Raptors into my Krugs into Mordekaiser. Ganked Mordekaiser, dropped the Rift Herald on top tower.
Right, that sounds good to me, right? You can even do something, you can even do this where you path through their jungle and dive him. Or you could just do like I have no idea what to do, so you just maximize your income, do all your camps, right? But you see when the baseline is, the thing that we did was a disaster. There's no way it works. Like the 3v4 mid. And AFK was better. Then we can start coming up with anything that was good. Anything good is better. So what you just said is fine. You can just go ward the dragon so they can't do it, that's fine. You can do your camps, that's fine. You can do their camps and dive, that's fine. Anything that isn't like a known disaster, right? When we say known disaster, we mean like on average, this is a bad idea. So like 3v4 on average is a bad idea, right? That's does that kind of make sense? So it's good. It's just make sure that. So what kind of habit can you insert here to make sure this doesn't happen again? So the trigger is what? So what was the thing leading up to this? What possessed you guys to go for the tower?
We had just won the team fight, so we were overconfident.
So
we moved in. As soon as I saw volley, and also I should have been paying attention to the bars on the right, seeing that their entire team was up. I personally know, like I fucking smacked myself for this entire play because I know if you go and push mid tower and 4 people just came out of fountain, they're coming for that ass.
right. So this is good, right? So the trigger is, you could say you're trying to push down a tower, right? So the trigger is like the thing that happened in game that made you do this, right? These guys are trying to push down a tower. So our new habit is you want to do this every time you get the urge to push down the tower. So what's this new habit? I think you said it earlier.
Just watch to see who's up, who's down. Check the map to see if we have
Perfect.
any vision.
Right. So check the map, count how many people are coming, right? So let's go through this like we're working on this new habit, right? So we want to push this tower down. That's number one. The new habit that kicks in is check the map. So when we look at the map here, we see what?
No vision on anybody but Mordekaiser top.
So they're all coming, right?
Well,
and then that will tell you.
At this point, we see volley coming in from mid.
Right. And then so our last step is this. What do we do now? Now that we've looked at the map.
I look at the map. I know that we just won a team fight, and so them not being dead at this point means they've just come out of fountain, and they're probably rolling towards mid to defend the tower. So my choice at this point, or my decision at this point, would be ward dragon, clear jungle, drop. Engage top, drop.
Yeah, do anything but siege mid, right? So
Right,
that's the thought process that we want to work on here, is inserting these new habits to make sure these kind of mistakes don't happen in the future, right? Because this is a very common mistake at this level, I would say. At any level is, let's just run it down mid, and then everyone dies, right? I mean, we saw them do it twice, right? They were trying to take your mid tower / they were pushing top, right? It's the exact same thing. So it's kind of, how do we insert these new habits in here to make sure we don't do that? How do we meet? So, because, if you don't make those mistakes and the people at this level make these mistakes, that means you're climbing, right? Right? Nice. And then, okay, we're clearing camps, sure. Your Trinamir is probably doomed, so you can't help his ass. Just kill all the minions. Oh! Okay. We just kill his Volibear. Nice. I like the gumption. We just flash ulti his ass because he was low health. Very nice. Scuttle Crab, do all the camps, right? Oh. Okay, we're coming to help this fight, sure. And then we know we have mana advantage, so this is automatic win, essentially. I don't know what Mordekaiser's trying to do here, but sure.
And then, he's trying to save himself, buy time for his team to come help him out.
Check it out. So this is where the habits kick into play here, right? What's the trigger here that we talked about earlier?
So check map. I know.
Well, what are you guys trying to do? That's the habit. What?
So we're trying to push mid again.
Boom, perfect. So every time you push, I want you to get the urge every time you push down towers. Is you get this urge to do the new habit, right? And what you just said, the new habit was check the map, right? And then based off the map, what does it tell you about this push?
Based on the map, honestly, from my perspective right now, I can't see the bot lane very well.
Oh yeah, it's just Zed. So it's Zed there.
Okay. So Zed's bot, Galio and Mordekaiser are down, so both their tanks are screwed. We are 4 mid. Teemo's on our flank between us and Zed. This is a good time to push.
I agree, right? So good to go.
Yep.
Okay. Nice. That's it. I would agree. We can push down mid, right? No problem. So, but then where are we going? Hold up. Right? I think you're typing, so it's kind of awkward. But you see how like this thought process works, right? It's not we should never push. It's we should make sure that when we push, it makes sense, right? Do you see like the difference there?
Mm-hmm.
So okay, and then now the question is, do we go for the inhib?
Mord's down, Wally's still down. No, not it. Well, and we just lost our team, like behind us. We traded a fucking tower for Lux Lux,
So
Teemo, and Knock are
yeah,
both down.
so
I'm
we
not.
gotta run, right?
Trend is still for some reason in their base. Like I don't. I'm. If I remember right, he doesn't back off here.
Right, right. But he's just dead. I mean, you can't help his ass. So and then if you turn around, this doesn't make sense, right? You see how that works? Is this check will help you at all stages of the game. Every time you're trying to take towers and inhibitors and even dragon, right? So let's say you get the urge to do dragon, you do the exact same check. How many people are here? And then you can
Okay.
say do it or don't do it. That so for example, that Rift Herald, perfect, because if they come stop you, you kill them all, right? Same with these towers, they come stop you, you kill them all because you have more people, right? But this inhib here, if you try and help this Tryndamere, how many times out of 100 do you win this?
I don't ever.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you run away, right? It's like, there's no chance, 0%.
I have this really bad habit of trying to save people. And it's been there every the entirety of my league career. I was really about to turn around and try to save that Tryndamere.
And what kind of, based on like the numbers advantage, what does that tell you about your ability to save people?
My ability to what?
To
save him? Yeah, it's not happening.
Well, what has to happen with the numbers? Let's say it's 1v5 and you show up, it's 2v5. Can you save him? On average, can you save that other guy on your team?
No.
Agreed, right? If it's 2v5 and you show up, it's 3v5. Can you save him?
Possibly.
3v5, you guys can save him. Didn't you say that 4v5 was 70% chance to lose? What is a 3v5 then?
Me using my fear to get everybody to disengage and then having everybody just run the hell away.
Then you're the one dying, right? That doesn't quite make sense, right?
No, but it's something I do a lot, and it's a really bad habit of mine. I'm like, I gotta save him. I'm in the jungle.
So 3v5, we still can't save them, right? If it's a 4v5, what do you think?
You'd be amazed how often in this elo, actually, I'm sure you wouldn't be amazed, but in this elo, like 3v5 happens, and I'm like, that's not a fight I want to take, so I continue to jungle because making it a 4v5 is still not winnable in the situation that I'm describing right now. Like in the situation, like 3 guys are doing Baron, 5 guys come up to attack, and suddenly like they want me to dive in for a 4v5 because like they die 3v5 and then I get massive amounts of pings like, why didn't you help us? Like,
well, you definitely just mute those guys, right? So for sure mute those fools. Oh, you guys are 4v5ing, by the way, so this is a guaranteed loss, right? You're gonna have problems here, right? Unless you do some crazy stuff, but you already used your ulti. So you see how this works though, right? Is that you said 70%, but the whole game so far, the team with more people has always won, right?
Yeah.
So it's not really. I promise you, it's not really 70%. Like, how many kills do you need for you to win this? You have 7 kills and 7 assists with like 2.5 items, and you still lost, right? You see where I'm getting at. So this man advantage is supremely important, especially at the lower ranks. Okay, or any rank specifically. So when you guys opt into this, that's like the problem is you guys are choosing to do this, right? So let's say your team does this and you can't stop them. How do you increase the chances of you winning this 4v5? What do you think? Because like you said, in bronze, you can win. If you are more skilled than any players, you will very likely be able to win 4v5s, right? So how do we do it? What do you think?
So in this case, it would be first off, don't get hit by that Mordekaiser pool. So they got pulled, and I felt
no. You specifically. If I'm playing Warwick here, how do I kill everyone on their team? Because we could probably figure out a way, right?
I don't think so. I think this is. You
think if I'm piloting Warwick, you think I can't win this? If this is Faker in Bronze 3, you think You think we can't win these?
I don't, because look, it's like 3 tanks on their teams just sitting there. Like they just grabbed. Lux is about to die. Like,
what are you gonna do?
Is that Tryndamere right there? Like,
so they have 3 tanks. What did you do? Didn't you ulti one of them?
Yeah, I ulti one of them. We got the kill.
Is that good?
Not really. It's
definitely not good, right? Yeah, it's definitely not good. In a 5v5, if you ulti a tank and kill them, is that good?
Eh,
That's okay, right? That's not bad. If
it's all right. I'd rather kill the high damage.
Okay. So let's say it's 4v5 now, and you ulti the tank, and you said it was all right if it's 5v5. Now, if it's 4v5, is it still all right, or is it less than all right?
It's not. It's less.
It's definitely not all right. Yeah. So if you have potential to win this, how do you do it? How do you win 4v5s?
Well, at this point, like the squishy on their team is Kai'Sa there.
Okay.
So you try to angle for Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa's in the back line though. It's really hard to ulti her with Warwick from this point. I guess the other one would have been, Oh, Zed coming in from the back.
is that a viable target?
Yeah, absolutely, that's viable.
What if you stand here? Can you hit Kai'Sa from here?
Yes.
So how come we didn't see these opportunities? This is the habit making part that's important, is because your first instinct is to do what? I'm just gonna go in and help these guys. But that's actually not helping them, right? We're kind of making the situation is deteriorating. You're actually giving away your control over the game, right? If you ulti someone and it wasn't a good target, right? So if you see this next time and you know it's a 4v5, and you say, I need to kill Kai'Sa or Zed to win the 4v5, what are you going to do with your ulti?
I'm either going to hit Kai'Sa or Zed.
Yeah, you're just going to save it for them, right? So if you walk up, that's totally fine. You can walk up. You can auto attack people. Zed shows up, insta kill. Oh, now you guys are winning, right? Or Kai'Sa ulti's over here, you ulti her, right? Oh, now we're winning, right? But until you see that, you shouldn't really ulti the front line, right? You see what I mean? Like, look at the Kai'Sa. How much damage? How low is this Kai'Sa without you touching her? Check it out. You see that? How low is she without you touching her? Okay, you actually just bit her there, but let me back it up. Do you think you could have flash ultied her?
Yeah.
Right. So the big idea here is we're kind of in any situation, even if it's 4v5. Let's say you still think you should take these 4v5s. You could. How do we make it work? Right. Mm-hmm. What's the general rule of thumb? How do we make 4v5s work in our favor? What do you specifically need to do? Because your teammates, you can't control them, right?
Right.
You can't be like, there's no Lux 5-man ulti coming out.
We need to kill the things we can kill.
Yeah, or
specifically like kill the squishies, kill the high damage.
Yeah, kill the high damage. Yeah, maximum value on your abilities, right? Because it's important that it's not just kill a guy, because you kill the tank, but you guys still lost, right? We need to kill the most important person, is the idea, right? So, so what's the idea? Oh, save your important abilities to kill the most important guy, right? Because by the time you can hit Zed or Kai'Sa, you have no abilities left, right? And then of course you guys lose Baron off this because you guys try to 4v5, and we know that once you kill the enemy team, that's the perfect time to do an objective, right? So, is this kind of making sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Good. Hey, the fat ulti on the Zed, nice. You see, like, you can make a huge difference, right? In these games, as long as you're kind of saving your abilities for like the perfect guy, or you're making sure you start Rift Herald when you have more people, so if they come, you kill them all. But you can also have a massive negative impact too if you join in 4v5s or you misuse ulti, that kind of stuff, right? So, like for example, if you take this, how many people are at this fight? Right here, you guys are running down mid. This is a trigger, right? You're trying to take the inhib. What's the first thing you want to think of once you get this instinct?
Check the map.
Check the map. How many people are here?
Right now, nobody's here. I mean, there's four of us are here. Kai'Sa's down, Zed's down, so all their damage is down.
How many people could be here? And Trinimir's top though, right? So he's not really on the way.
Trin's top. I mean, so three people could be at the inhib.
All right, I agree. So how many people do you guys have?
We've got 3.
So who wins?
We don't.
Why is that?
They've had time for their abilities to come off cooldown. My ult's still at 51 seconds. My flash is down.
Agreed.
I'm low on health. Probably not a great time to push.
Not you guys, right? So the Warwick, the Nocturne also has no ulti, right? So you guys have a high chance of losing this, right? Is the idea. And then, you know, in fact, before we even watched the outcome of the fight, that's exactly what happened, right? You see, it's like, oh, how are we able to predict what happens before it happens? Just by these simple rules, right? And with these simple habits is you want to get these objectives, check the map. Do you win this fight if it breaks out, right? That's it. It's as simple as that. And you can come up with a solution yourself. You told me you didn't win. We watched the fight and you didn't win, right? It's very logical, right? Does that makes a lot of sense, right? So it's kind of you'll be using this kind of like paradigm or this pattern over and over again. It's the same thing over and over again. What happens when Teemo and Kai'Sa push mid? It's 2v5. What happens to them?
Dead.
Automatic loss, right? Agreed. They're dead. So all we have to do is kind of not fall into this trap. And then, you know, you'll do really well. And even you'll get to the point where if you see your teammates doing this, what are you going to do about it? How can you communicate to them that this is just really bad?
Ping them to back off.
Yeah, exactly. Just spam ping.
Not support the push, right?
Right. Exactly.
Not come running in like a bat out of hell going, "Hey guys, we're gonna do this. Let's go. I got your back." Like be no, back off. I don't have your back. Fuck.
Ooh, very nice engage here. Is this the same thing? What do you think?
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
right? They're sieging. Do they know that they've won? They don't know. They don't really know yet, right? And then they just die. So it's the exact same thing, all right? So most of your games will revolve around this idea. Objective is happening. A fight will always break out. Who wins beforehand? Go do the thing, right? And that's kind of how you will be able to just abuse your way out of bronze easily, right? just do this thing over and over again and make sure that if you don't know what to do, what's your default strategy? Which is what you're doing here. What's your default strategy?
I mean, at this point,
if you have no idea what to do, because everyone's alive and there's no obvious gank or anything like that.
Clear jungle.
Yeah, perfect. Just make money, right? So you can then in a team fight, you just ulti their backline, you win, right? So you just make yourself strong if you're not sure. So that's the easy solution here. So okay, we can kill the Zed. You just ulti him, right? Very nice. Oh, it's okay. You still kill him. That was a feels bad though, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit of a feels bad, but okay.
I'm like, no.
Nice try. Okay, we don't want to fight here, right? Because they have more people, so we'll probably go to Dragon. Why is it that you can go to Dragon? Why did I say you can go to Dragon even though they can come try and stop you? What do you think? Because before we said in lane, this didn't make sense. But now this makes a little bit more sense. Why is that?
I'm still
maybe it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
it still doesn't make sense.
I'm still like, this was really questionable.
Right. But let's say you can kill it in 1 second flat. Does that give you a hint?
Kill it in 1 second flat? Like, no way. Not with.
If you could. What do you think? What does it tell you about objectives?
I'm not sure what you're getting at. Like,
if it takes you a minute to do this, they're gonna come kill you, right?
Right.
If you touch it once and it dies, now what?
Then it's worth.
Why?
It's instant secure, and then get the hell out.
Yeah, can they come stop you? They can't come stop you, right? So it's very much your decision is based off, can they stop me? Can I get away with this, right? So
okay.
I thought you could kill this fast enough, but you could not. You're slow as fuck for some reason. So yeah, you can't kill this fast enough, so they come kill you, right? It's the same pattern over and over again. They're gonna show up when you start an objective. It doesn't matter if it's Baron, Dragon, a buff, a tower, an inhibitor. The default is they all show up, and if you win, keep doing it. If you don't win, you probably don't want to do it, right? As simple as that. So that makes sense, right? That's easy enough to figure out, right? Easy enough to work on. Oh, okay, let's watch this. What the hell is going on here? All right, let's see this. You have no Nocturne, by the way, so I don't know what's going on here, but this ain't it, Chief, right? We need to run, boys. They're gonna get the Baron. Okay, sure we get away. We see how, like, you know, out of every time, there's some kind of prediction going on. You know, the trigger is do this and hit. How many people are here? They have more people. Who has won? Which team has won? What do you think?
Right now, there's
The team that we predict to win always wins, right? No? Has that not happened? Yeah, pretty much every time, right? Like 100% reproduce rate is the team that we predict to win always wins. The team with more people, or if it's even numbers, the team without ultis or win conditions or whatever, right? So it makes a lot of sense, right? So I just want you to kind of keep this as your number one factor in doing stuff. And if you find yourself on the losing end, you know what to do. Is we have to somehow ulti their backline or ulti their damage dealers, right? So you can't steal this, by the way. You have no smite, so you might as well not stick around. Oh, you try to go in anyways. No, what happened? What happened?
It was stupid. I don't know what my
without watching
was.
Yeah, without watching, who wins this fight?
Oh, definitely them.
Why?
I mean, 100%. It's 4v1.
Well, you have 3 people here, right?
Over the pit, yeah, with no blast cone.
Well, he's got ulti. But yeah, you know, they definitely win, right? Because it's 3v4. So let's say Timo has no way in. There's no way, right? So you see how this kind of works, right? Is if you can predict what happens beforehand, you want to use that prediction. Is this something new? Have you never seen this before? I think you've seen this a lot, right? You see this every game, in fact. So all you have to do is figure out how you can make this work to your advantage. Because, you know, if you start something like this, your whole team is dying. I promise you. Your whole team is gonna run it down right after you do. So, oh, you guys actually lose off this. Oh, save the base. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. Who wins this fight and why?
They do.
Why?
It's a 2v5.
Right. Oh, Nocturne's here.
2v4.
Nocturne's here, right?
2v4.
Yeah. Oh.
He's kind of lagging. I just jump right in the middle of them. If they clear me fast enough, then that's a win.
Right. 3v4. What do you need to do to win 3v4s? What did you tell me earlier?
Hit the squishy.
You gotta kill the carry, right? So if you ulti Kaisa, can you kill her? Yes or no?
If I'd have waited a few more seconds, yes. If I'd have waited for her to open up, waited for Nocturne to be there with Lux there, Lux binds 2, I get a free ult onto the AD carry. Without anybody being able to support, we could have won that right there.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah, some kind of setup, right? Like if you ulti just at the start, of course Galio and Volibear are gonna stop you, right? But like say, you know, Nocturne's ulti in at the same time and Lux is binding them and all that stuff, maybe you can kill Kaisa first and you can win the 3v4, right? But how come you didn't get the opportunity to do so?
I went in too early.
Yeah, exactly. So if there's a way to win 3v4s, you just need to
aim. I just launched the ult.
Yeah, you just went in. Yeah, so
like, aiming is OP, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Aiming is OP.
So what do you think? What kind of what habits do you think you're gonna work on after this session? I think there's some few things you could look at here. What do you think was most important?
Map awareness, 100%. Check the map. When? Check the map. Check the map. After everything, clear a camp. Check the map. Clear a camp. Check the map. Check the map while clearing the camp. Hit the objective. Check the map.
Ah, the objective. Check the map. Right. And what are we looking for on the map? Like man advantage, right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
I mean, so yeah, checking the map, setting up fights, not just using my summoners to use them.
Well, that's not too bad, honestly, right? I mean, you know, sometimes you use flash, but did that really change the outcome of the game? Not too much.
No,
Right?
not
What
at
was like
all.
the big stuff? Looking for like the big stuff.
Um,
Like you win and lose by this
alting the
stuff.
carry.
Yeah.
Alting the
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's one. Right? Is if you have an option too, we should look to ulti the carries, right? Right? I guess is that all?
um, I.
I mean,
Oh,
it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be more.
take team count, right?
Ah,
Like you
yeah,
said,
yeah.
like you said, like 100% of this match has been predict the higher number and predict the win, right?
Oh yeah, no, the whole match, like there were no exceptions, zero exceptions, right? Every single time, the team with more people just fucking steamrolled, right? Actually, there was one exception. I don't know if you noticed. Let me rewind. There was one exception. This is something you can learn from this. Check it out. And in fact, right here. Oh, gotta reload. Are you ready? Do you remember
Yeah.
this?
No, no.
Why is this an exception?
Okay. So I ulted the guy under tower thinking the tower shots would kill him, which they did.
Yeah.
Us and Timo. Also, is that a who else is right there? Somebody else is right there. Stupidly low on health. Who is that? Oh, it's Volley Bear.
Yeah,
It's Volley. Volley turns and goes back in. I don't know
so
why.
He's already
he goes
dead,
back
right?
in. This is so in this case to me it would seem like the tower is our fourth champion.
Yes, the tower is your fourth champion. Now you see the reason why you can't just start dragon and baron and objectives. A dragon, that's their extra champion. A baron, that's their extra champion, right? So, and going for the inhibitor, the terrain is their extra champion, right? That's an advantage, right? See how that works? So that makes a lot of sense, right? So yeah, you're correct. The tower is your extra guy. So a 4v4 on the tower, let's go, baby. No problem. Or a 4v4 right here, and Volibear is no HP, right? Or you say it's like 3v4, but they're under tower, right? You can go for any variation of this, but you guys are not at a disadvantage here, right? So it's very much a who's at an advantage, disadvantage, and he's just like still hitting the tower for some reason, right? That was really interesting. So yeah, when they're doing the dragon tower, etc., keep that in mind, right? Is usually they're the ones making a mistake unless you guys have less people. So sounds good.
Yep.
So try and frame it as like a habit to trigger in game. So after this happens, insert habit here. So for example, you want to do an objective. The first thing you do is look at the map and count numbers. That's like a trigger is do an objective, and the habit is look at the map and count numbers. What other triggers and habits you can insert? So like, for example, if you wanted to ulti the backline, what's the trigger and what's the habit?
So ulting the backline, the trigger is either we've gone for an objective, or the trigger is the team fight is happening.
Yes, the team fight is happening. That's a really good trigger.
So you said trigger and then the habit.
New habit. Yes.
So the habit, check to see who's down, check to see the numbers. Do they have more than we do? How can I? The habit is to consider how can I best set this up for my team.
Yeah, with your fat
ulti
right?
the damn carry.
Yeah, exactly. You look to ulti the damn carry, right? It's not that you immediately ult them. We have to consider it, right? Like, oh, can we flash for her? Can we wait? Can we like go sideways or whatever, right? You want to look for it. That's a really good one, right? So yeah, I think if you can kind of work on these habits and incorporate them into your gameplay, I think you're just gonna have this is, you know, if you wonder why people have 100% win rate up to like platinum or whatever, this is how we do it, right? We're just doing the same thing over and over again, but our team, the other people in the game, they don't know what's going on, so we just abuse it over and over, right? So makes sense, huh? Does it kind of make sense?
That whole match was irritating because early that was winnable, 100%.
You were winning. You were hard carrying, right?
No, I was not.
You were hard carry. You started the Rift Herald, they inted, right? And then you also killed them when they were trying to siege mid, right? So you were hard carrying. and then we started hard inting too. So it's just a matter of keep carrying and prevent the inting, and then we're good to go, right? How do we reproduce this every game? You can totally reproduce this every game. So yeah, sounds good.
Yep.
Alrighty, any last questions?
No, I thank you for this. This has been awesome. Yeah, I don't really have any other questions.
Awesome,
For
awesome.
for that match.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Then yeah, let me know how your games are going. I'll upload this to YouTube so you can go back and rewatch. And if you do want to like track your improvement, watch your objective calls. Like, what do you do when objective happens? Right. Look at your habits. Are your habits working? Right. Are you doing what you wanted for your habits? So, like for example, let's say you were focused on I'm gonna ulti the carry during these fights, like the Katarina and the Jinx. Then watch your team fights and say, did I wait for my opportunity or did I just ulti the first guy I saw? Right. And that's how you can tell if you're getting better, as you just watch these examples. Right. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, then I think you can definitely get out of bronze. We just have to kind of work a little bit on these habits, and I think you'll do really well. Sounds good?
Yep, absolutely. Thank you.
Alrighty. Then good luck in your games. Let me know how they're going, okay?
Will do, man. I'll stay in touch. Thanks.
Alrighty, have a good one.